I am here to give my second speech today, and I'm excited about it. What I'm going to talk about are evaluations, which is perfect because we were just looking for people to do evaluations. How confident did you feel when Arnie was asking someone to evaluate a speech? Did you raise your hand to volunteer? If not, understanding the process for an effective evaluation and how to deliver one may encourage you to volunteer at your next opportunity. Most of us already evaluate in our daily lives. We observe and we provide feedback. If you have children in school, many times you're observing them doing their homework and you're providing feedback, usually when they don't want it. You evaluate coworkers working on projects and you provide feedback. In fact, if you think about it, you will probably find you evaluate often throughout your daily work schedule. Most of us join Toastmasters to improve our speaking skills. If each of us got up here and delivered a speech without any evaluations, how do we improve? How would you know how you're doing? Evaluations are an important part of improving. I also believe trust is an important ingredient in the evaluation process. 2 weekends ago, I went to the TLI in St. Pete, and the keynote speaker was Eric Papp, who is the author of the book Leadership by Choice. He spoke about trust and how the level of trust between two individuals determines the effectiveness of the conversation. If the recipient does not believe that you have their best interest at heart, they will not receive the information that you are trying to provide to them. How many of you have teenagers? I have 3.
Oh.
If I, as a parent, tell one of my sons not to do something, I know I truly have their best interest at heart. However, teenagers being teenagers, I find that they don't believe that that is true. The information is not absorbed. They do not take action on what I want them to do, and it is lost into oblivion. What do teenagers have to do with Toastmasters? I use that example to contrast the level of trust that I believe is in this room. Around this table, each and every one of us is here to become a better speaker. And I do believe that everyone has everyone's best interest at heart. We are fortunate to have very experienced and talented members who have mastered the skill of successful evaluations. Right here in the room, I could think of 3, Arnie, Bet, Jim. You guys are all excellent. I hope that the following tips that I give will remind you why your evaluations are so successful. And for those of us who are new, like myself, give you pointers on how to give successful evaluations in the future. One of the first things that you could do is prepare in advance. I think as a newer member, with the short time I've been here, I've noticed that a lot of people do not sign up in advance for many of the roles. If you signed up in advance to be an evaluator, you would have time to look in the Competent Communicator Manual and look at the guidelines that for the project that you'll be evaluating. Also, when you pick someone to evaluate, you would have time to speak to that person to find out if there was something that they were working on in the past and would want feedback on for this particular speech. The second thing that you could do is prepare once you arrive at the meeting. You can get the book from them, again, review the material, and you would, once they start speaking, be prepared to watch closely and listen carefully. There are 2 parts to the evaluation process, or written and oral. You don't need to comment on every question that's in the manual, but it's imperative that you be honest. It's helpful to include what the person did well in addition to something that can be improved. Some evaluators like to use the sandwich approach, where a suggestion for improvement, kind of like the meat, is sandwiched between two positive comments, like the bread. Today, Joe is evaluating me, and I'm hoping he can find enough bread, positive comments, for my sandwich. The other thing that's important is how you say it. If you know what you're going to say, if you use the wrong words, your message may be lost. You do not want to use words that allow that other person who is receiving the information to become defensive. 3 guidelines in choosing your words carefully are to remember that you are speaking for yourself and that your opinion may differ from everyone else in the room. To demonstrate that, you would want to avoid using phrases such as, we think, we believe, the audience didn't understand. There is no we in your own opinion. Use words to describe your own reactions. I was impressed with. Did you catch that one, Joe? I was confused about. I liked it when. Only make a point once. Repeating a point can sound like nagging. And when I found that phrase, I thought I should apply that to my own personal life. Now that you have prepared in advance, prepared at the meeting, and chosen your words carefully, it is now time to deliver your evaluation. Again, provide an honest reaction to what the person presented. In addition, you might consider commenting on what you liked, why you liked it, and how it affected you, or on an area in which the person had improved. Remember, the more feedback a speaker receives, the more valuable the information is for them. You are not a judge, and you are not the authority. And the person you are evaluating may or may not use that information that you give to them. Try to deliver your evaluation in a friendly, direct, and non-threatening manner. Try to look directly at the speaker, and it always helps to smile. I hope these ideas are helpful in future evaluations, and I hope this presentation encourages you to sign up to be an evaluator in a future meeting. Thank you.